Hey everyone, hope you guys are safe during these troubling times. For me, I've been stuck in the same room for about the last couple of weeks, but at least it gave me a lot of time to work off paying off my rent in Animal Crossing. Too bad I still have to pay off my rent back in Berkeley. How do I even still have a water bill? No one's even living in my apartment. Unless...
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
With that unsettling thought aside, due to this quarantine and for the safety of my family, I have been living in my old room for the past couple weeks, and it's kind of weird in here. And most of that's in part because I haven't really done anything to this room ever since I left for college, and that was like 3 years ago. Like, look over here. Wow! So back in high school, I used to be able to sort my clothes in a pretty orderly fashion based off things like athletic wear, summer PJs, and winter PJs. However, over the years of like disregard and just moving around for college, all I have left in the winter PJs drawer is one sock. I do not know where the sock came from. And yes, I am as confused as you are. Wow. But unlike my shitty drawer organization, a lot of the things on these walls have been untouched ever since I went to college. So it's kind of like every time I go to bed, it's like I'm living in a sort of time capsule. A time capsule about me. And fuck, I am not an interesting person. I'm kidding. There are at least maybe like 5 interesting stories I can tell in here. You know what? Let's just make this a top 5 video. Yeah. Top 5 interesting things I can find in this time capsule of a room. Alright, starting things off, I want to preface this whole video saying that I am a very sentimental person, so I usually tend to keep a bunch of junk that I have memories of, and speaking of memories and junk, here's this thing. Okay, so story behind this guy, or girl? Am I assigning pronouns to my objects? Oh no. Okay, so this is a kind of carved tourist item of like a Mesoamerican like person design. Like this is not very aesthetic, this does not go with anything in my room, but it has a nice story behind it, and it kind of went something like this. When I was in Honduras, I was traveling with my family and we happened to stop by like this marketplace, and I was like, you know what, I'm in this country I've never been a part of, and I'm practicing my Spanish. I was like, you know, this is the perfect time to buy a souvenir. So I went to a vendor and I approached him with this conversation, and it went something like this.
Hola, tienes algunas cosas bastante picantes.
Inverted question mark. ¿Por qué hablas así, hombre asiático?
I would try to reenact my conversation in real life, but I don't speak Spanish very well anymore, so this is the best we're gonna get. And after several minutes of using American high school Spanish to talk to this guy about trying to buy this object and bargaining between like $3 to $4, my dad comes in and is just like,
"Why are you so fucking bad at Spanish? Just give them $5.
And the guy felt really bad for me, he's just like, oh fuck. So he ended up just giving it to me for my price, and that was the first and only time I successfully bargained for anything in Spanish. So, cheers to that. I mean, now all it does is really sit on my wall and collect dust. But speaking of collecting dust, if you look over to my sports wall over here. Yes, my sports wall. And a sports wall that I would like to mention that is incredibly bare, mostly because of the fact that 1, I forget that I'm from San Diego, home of some of the shittiest sports teams known to man, but also 2, I have a lot of empty space because I burned all of my Charger shit when they went to LA. What a shit show that was. But you know what wasn't a shit show? This is part of a boat that I painted a lot of Power Rangers stuff on with my friends. For context, this was part of an AP Physics project during my senior year of high school. Yeah, so the reason I brought this down was because it kind of symbolizes my reaffirmation to becoming an engineer when I went to college. Because even though this project happened after I got my acceptance letter, it kind of made me realize that if I could take a bunch of sticks, paper, and paint and build some kind of fucking boat where I can origami my way to sending 2 Asian girls across an Olympic-sized swimming pool while the stadium speakers are blasting the Power Rangers theme song, because that's the theme I picked, then you know what? I think I could be a decent engineer. But also the reason I just took it down the wall, because I just wanted to show you guys, like, I painted this, I'm pretty proud of it. It's the Red Ranger's Power Coin, the T-Rex, I mean, like, it's pretty cool, decent detail. I even signed it on the bottom. I don't know, I'm just pretty proud of it. But going off the art thing, if I am not drawing anything or painting anything from this American TV show of Japanese influences, I'm probably drawing or painting something from this American TV show of Japanese influences. And don't mind the post-it notes, that's mostly just covering people's names because that's not really important right now. And also, I am not going to be taking this off the wall, mostly because this thing has been held up solely by tape for the past 3 years and I'm not going to tempt fate. Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender. We love the show, we love the characters, we love the story, and we especially love the lo-fi hip-hop remixes to the soundtrack. That's some good shit. Too bad every lo-fi hip-hop remix that I've seen of the Avatar: The Last Airbender soundtrack all seem to want to include a remix of Leaves Fall from the Vine, which is like, yes, I guess the one thing I want from my study playlist is to be reminded of the saddest moment of television I've ever watched in my life.
Hey, who left this bowl of onions here?
Fuck you guys who ever made those playlists. Wait, what was I talking about again? Oh yes, the poster, this poster. This was for a peer counseling group that I was a part of my senior year of high school. Yeah, so if you guys don't know me that well, I'm like really soft and I'm like a Hufflepuff, so I'm really all about like that emotional response and like talking about your feelings and shit. So as part of this program, all the peer counselors went on this retreat where we got arbitrarily separated into like little group themed families, and the group leaders got to pick the themes of those families. I happen to be one of those group leaders. I don't know why. This was actually my first year and only year in this peer program. I guess I looked authoritative enough. Or just tall. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm just tall. And as one of the group leaders, I got to pick the theme of my family, and my theme was, of course, the greatest show of all time, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Duh. So why the poster? So essentially, we as the group leaders had to do like a reveal to our like new little group or family, kind of like a sorority, I guess, or something like that. But I worked all night, like the 2 nights before the retreat, like painting and like drawing and coloring in all this stuff, and I put the names underneath each, being like, oh yeah, like you're one of these, so like they kind of have like a connection to the theme, and I was so excited. But then when I actually got to the retreat and I revealed the poster, and all I got was blank stares, I knew I was fucked. Yeah, so I like revealed it and everyone was looking at me, and then deadass, the only reaction I got was that one of them was like, Avatar? You mean the one with the blue people? Ooh, I love that movie. Screaming. And at that moment, I straight up died a little inside. Like there's definitely a part of me in the afterlife there already waiting for the rest of me to show up. Yeah, so I was off to a pretty bad start. Man, I have like talked to like almost none of them since I graduated high school. I hope they're doing okay. Like, I think one of them's on TikTok, whatever the fuck that is. I'm still figuring out Instagram, so you know, take it one step at a time. But you know, good for her, good for her. And I guess the moral of the story is, I have no fucking clue why I still have this in my room. Okay, so shifting gears and camera angles. I think it would be weird for me to talk about the stuff that's in my room, hanging around my walls, and not mention this. This. Right here. So yeah, this is my, I never gave it a name until now. So, let's call this my achievement wall? Yeah, my achievement wall. Yeah, this is my achievement wall. Good intro, Ethan. Good job. So your first question is probably, what the hell even is this? And I don't blame you. Essentially, this was something that my dad encouraged me to create ever since around like 2nd grade when I started winning certificates at like award ceremonies back in elementary school. And it's just been a cute little thing I've been building ever since. Your first question is probably, why 2nd grade? That's such a random time to start doing something like this. And my answer to you is, I was a pretty shit kid back then, so I did not win anything. God, I got beaten so much back then. Yeah, I know. It's a very weird wall to have. I understand that. Yeah, it's just something I've been accruing ever since like elementary school, ever since I was a baby until like high school, and I just never really taken it down. But it has a lot of weird like achievements, if you could even call that. Like for example, congrats, here's a plaque for finishing Kumon math, but only math because I believe at the time I still had the reading comprehension of a fucking child. And I think I got this in like 6th grade. Or congrats, here's an award for academic excellence, and here's the same award a year later, but only for academic improvement. Yeah, I got my ass beat when I got this one because it felt like a downgrade. My dad's like, what the fuck? I don't know why I hung this one up, actually. I did get beat for bringing home an award. Good times. Or, congratulations, here's another award for making varsity, but this time with a GPA that I wish I still had in college. Fuck me. But yeah, this wall is weird. And it by no means is a way for me to gloat or anything. Because one, who in the world really cares about any of these things? No one. No one should. And two, I kind of keep it more as a reminder of the lesson that my dad has been trying to teach me all these years. And that lesson is that I should be proud of the things that I've done. And even every little small achievement, they're stepping stones in my life towards the person I want to become. And I should strive to continue to, metaphorically add to my achievement wall and to pursue the things that I personally find cool and progress me as a person. And I think that's the really cool part and the reason why I keep it up. Yeah, see, I am a really sentimental person. I'm very soft. But yeah, on to the last thing. And finally, this. And you may have seen it in a couple of my old videos, so it's been with me for a very long time. But it's just a drawing of me back when I used to look like this. Thanks for watching this video. It really means a lot for you to continue watching. If you really like this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel so you can get updates when I post new things. And before I end, just want to say a quick thank you to Emily. She is my designer friend who is working very hard to get her design certificate. So good luck on you, Emily. And if you haven't noticed, the YouTube channel is looking a little bit different. That's because she designed it. So if you look all around, like, no longer is it the stuff that I made back in high school with like no design experience. But it's nice and I really appreciate it, and she really is helping me out and supporting me as a friend, and I really love her for that. And so yeah, like, welcome to our new home where these videos are going to be. It's a lot nicer than before. So yeah, thanks Emily, I really appreciate it. And again, if you're still watching it all the way through here, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. 2AC Productions out, or 2AC Dude out. I'm still trying to figure it out.